Let's talk about 1031 exchanges. A 1031 exchange allows you to defer capital gains tax when you sell a business or investment property and reinvest the proceeds into a similar property. However, there are some rules that we need to follow to qualify for this tax deferment. So there are time limits. You have 45 days after the sale of your old property to identify a replacement home and 180 days to close on the purchase. The property has to be similar in nature, so must be like kind of property sold. This means it has to be held for business or investment purposes. And the fair market value of the replacement property must be equal or greater than the fair market value of the property being sold. The only 1031 exchange rule is that the total value of the replacement property cannot exceed 200% of the value of the original property which you sold. There's no both, so in case the property that you're acquiring is less than the property that you sold, then the deferment is going to be taxed, and we have to include broker fees and inspection fees to for the replacement home to come to a proper accurate estimate. You have to use a qualified intermediary to facilitate the exchange. This intermediary holds the proceeds from the sale of the old property and reinvests them into the replacement property. There are no reverse exchanges, which means you cannot acquire the reverse property before selling the old property. Basically, you cannot be on title on both the homes at the same time, and it needs to be the same taxpayer. This may seem obvious, but it's worth noting that in a 1031 exchange, both the property being sold and exchanged, it needs to be under the same name. So a husband cannot be selling it and then the wife cannot be acquiring the replacement property. So if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me. This is Shweta, your local OC Realtor, waiting to hear from you. Bye-bye.